I am Dyana Rozay, and I bring a unique commentary to your favorite reality TV shows and whatever is popping on social media. If you are not a subscriber, please become one. Hit that notification bell too, that way you don't miss any of my videos. I go by Dyana Rozay on all platforms, and I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me. What's up, clone? How are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Good. All right, you guys, we are here to talk about the Braxtons, which premiered on Friday, late Friday night. They didn't even get like an 8 o'clock slot. It was 9:30 Eastern. So that's pretty late, but it did run without commercials. That first episode, which I think was a testament to exactly how powerful
Yes.
episode was.
Yeah, it was a very powerful episode. Very powerful.
If you did not watch it, you should watch it. You should watch it. But we're going to talk about it, girl. Okay?
It was a tearjerker for me.
It was a tearjerker. I got choked up. I'm not going to lie. I got choked up. A lot of reminiscing about Tracy, and they had video footage from, her journey, her transition, which was very, very touching. A lot of people have been complaining. I saw some people online saying, why are they showing this? I'm actually happy that they showed it. I think that
it's real life. Yeah.
Real life, you need to see it. I also think that it shows, when that family went off the air, they were in a very bad state. And I think that it was important for the audience, in order for them to talk about this grief journey, they needed to see this family together.
Yeah. As a unit. I agree.
Otherwise, no one would believe them. No one would be grieving. So I really, really appreciated that.
Especially since she lived in another state. She wasn't even there.
She wasn't even there. And what they are sharing now, the Braxton sisters and mom, is that they were there with Tracy during the final months or whatever. And they were whole as a family. They were,
right.
Mother, daughters, and all sisters. Their sisterhood. I think that's how they refer to themselves.
Yeah. So even when they couldn't be there together, it sounds like they at least rotated a family member.
They rotated a family member and was there. So that was important. And I think they did a great job in bringing that to film, to the camera. So anyway, it's about their grieving journey. Before we even get into this, though, I do want to say this. We know Tamar Braxton has been dating a man by the name of Jeremy Robinson. Met him on a TV show. It was a dating show, and I think her and Evelyn Lozada, however it's pronounced, from Basketball Wives, they were the two that ended up walking away with a fiance. Evelyn and her guy has broken up. Tamar and her guy
needs to break up
for good.
Yeah.
Needs to break up for good. Those two go through it more than anything, and it always makes social media. But last night she made a post 2 days after the premiere, because they were together at the premiere on Friday night. So they had a watch party. I should say that they had a watch party. Tamar was there, all teeth. Tamar's lost a lot of weight, and her smile is huge. Like, that smile looks like it overwhelms her face. But she was smiling ear to ear, child, with that man beside her. And then last night she made a post on Twitter saying, y'all, I'm going through it. I'm single and sad. This TV-ish is a lot. And then she gives a heartbreak emoji. She gives I don't even know if that's a crying emoji. That's the snot coming out the nose emoji, which means I'm really going through it. So
wow.
Tamar and that guy are broken up again, and Tamar has gone dark on all social media platforms, meaning that she has literally taken herself off. It's not just, you can't see anything. I mean, you can't, send me a message, nothing. She has pulled herself off, deleted the pages. So
she's so much better than that. I really wish she'd just wake up and realize it, but
And for all of us watching, her last public relationship was with a man named David. Did she bring David on the show? She had another show. So right after the Braxton Family Values had gone off the air, Braxton Family Values and Tamar and Vince, Tamar had another show on We, and I don't remember the name of that show, but she brought on a guy named David Adafeso, I think. And then we all know that she attempted to unalive herself and was in the hospital for that relationship.
Not good.
Not good. So Tamar loves really, really hard. And this relationship with Jeremy, this one, is going to really get her because Tamar believed that it was destiny, that they were fated to meet because he mentioned something about hummingbirds. Girl.
Oh,
He mentioned something about hummingbirds on that TV show. And she, off camera, she was like, Trey, this is a sign that I'm supposed to be in this relationship because Tracy, that's our little hummingbird. And they all wear these necklaces that have a hummingbird on it, and it's
right.
represent Tracy. They say
Mm-hmm.
that Tracy's going to go with them wherever they go.
Mm-hmm.
And then Tracy also had hummingbirds tattooed on her back that represented her and her 4 sisters.
Mm.
So this guy, JR, he knows what he's doing.
He's done his research. Yeah. Wow.
Research, child. Let me put my little banner up, but you know what we talking about. JR is a hot ass mess. He's a mess, and Mar is a mess with him. Okay. But anyway, let's get into it. So again, I would say for at least it feels like 7, 8 years, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
The Braxtons took over television with those 3 shows, and this family is dysfunctional, as a lot of families are. In fact, the majority of families are dysfunctional, which is why people love to watch them. Would you agree?
Oh, 100%. I think people love to watch them because they're dysfunctional and because they remind them of their own families.
Well, yeah. Not to say dysfunctional, oh my God, why are they on TV? I think
Mm-hmm.
that they represent what a lot of families go through, the family dynamics
Right.
with your siblings, with your parents. So when they went off the air, they went off the air bad. I mean, I think the last season was Ayanla, who came in,
Mm-hmm.
was divorcing Vince, so a family was breaking up. Trina had lost Gabe. Trina had already divorced Gabe, but I think he passed away while
Passed away.
still on. So there was that element. What else was going on? Tawanda and what was his name? Tawanda and her husband were breaking up or broke up. So there were relationship breakups.
And they were all fighting.
They were all
They
fighting.
were not in great. Yeah, they did not have good relationships for sisters.
Yep. Miss E, Evelyn, the mama, she had threatened to smack the piss out of Tamar more than once. Child, it was bad.
Yeah.
Tamar had shaved her head. She had a baldy. Tawanda has a baldy now, but Tamar had a baldy. And I remember them sitting on that. They had some sort of group family. Now, let me just say this too, because they've had everybody on that show to help them. They had TD Jakes on there trying to, counsel them. They had Ayanla trying to counsel them. They had another therapist who I've seen on RHOA. She was kind of like the house therapist. And I think she also had an article every week or every edition of Essence magazine. She was like in Essence or Ebony, one of them. So she is a very famous woman.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't remember her name, but she was also helping them. And for all the help that they've had throughout the years, they're still in a horrible place. Oh, I do want to say that, well, I'll get to it. Anyway, they're still in a horrible place now. Dysfunctional, correct?
Mm-hmm. Definitely dysfunctional. I think they're just kind of living their own lives. It kind of feels like from what they described that they were really just trying to ignore it.
Ignore
ignore like the situation. Like Tracy passed away, and instead of them coming together and being closer, they just ignored it and just did their own family unit.
which is what they're known to do. I think this TV show is what brings them together,
Uh,
fortunately, and maybe that's why Tracy wanted them, because they're all saying Tracy wanted us to do this show. So out of everybody, if you remember the old, Braxton Family Values, it was Tracy who really always wanted them. Like, I miss my sisters. I never had the relationship with y'all that y'all have with each other because you were out singing and touring. And, Tracy didn't have the opportunity to go because she had had little Kevin.
mm-hmm.
But the show is what brought them all back together as a family unit. And I think Tracy missed it more than everybody else. And so when she was, transitioning, she wanted them to come back to TV. She wanted
Mm.
them to come back to TV. And they all agreed. They all agreed to for her. So this is where we are now. This family, after Tracy passes away, they all go back into their own little holes. And Trina, at the opening of this TV show, Trina says, "We're estranged. Me and my sisters are estranged after Tracy passed away. We all just went our separate ways." She said her and Tawanda are the closest because they both live in Georgia. Tony and Tamar are the closest because they both live in
LA.
LA. And she said, but we don't talk to each other. And I also get the impression that the mom is not involved in their lives either,
Yeah, I get the impression that she's not as close as well.
which is crazy because she had such a presence when we were watching Braxton Family Values. She always seemed like she was, trying to keep her girls together, but Trina does, or excuse me, yeah, Trina does her thing where she's setting things up. She's letting us know what's different and what's the same, right?
Mm-hmm.
Talking to her husband, Vaughn.
Vaughn.
Trina and Vaughn got married. That was the other thing, right? After she loses Gabe or hears the news about Gabe, her and Vaughn.
Right. Right.
I have to say that's an interesting relationship, Trina and Vaughn. I thought it was interesting when I saw it the first go around, but it's still interesting. They don't seem like they have a lot in common, but
No, I think they seem like they have more in common than her and Gabe did.
really,
Mm-hmm.
what do you think they have in common? Give me some clues. He is a older Black man, seems very conservative, from St. Louis, Missouri.
Yeah, she's kind of conservative too. She gives me conservative vibes, and they have this whole thing with, I'm gonna cook something and you're gonna taste it for me. I like that dynamic for them. I didn't really get like a solid dynamic between her and Gabe. Gabe was always just smiling.
Yeah, he was shy to be on TV, I think.
He was shy, but he always kind of had that look on his face like he swallowed a canary, like, oh crap, you're gonna figure me out, or you found out something and now I'm just sitting here like a little boy that got caught.
I think the thing about Vaughn and Tracy that was really striking for me is that Vaughn,
Trina.
or Trina, thank you, is that whereas all the sisters were in her relationship when she was married to Gabe, they can't be in this relationship. Vaughn won't allow it. You're never going to come in and tell him what's going on in his house.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I love that about Vaughn.
That's the biggest difference. And he's blackety black, black, black.
I love that about Vaughn too.
And
I would say this. I'm wondering if this is the blackest relationship she's been in because Gabe was not the father of those boys, right?
Gabe was not the father of the boys.
Okay. So I'm actually wondering, yeah, if this is the blackest relationship that she's been in so far.
Absolutely. When she got together with Vaughn, all the sisters was like, Trina, he's black. Like they were just as shocked. So for sure. That's 100% the case.
Yeah, I love these two together. He's got the dreads. It's great for me. I love it.
I love it too. So let's see what else is going on. The things that people need to know is that Tamar is not a regular cast member. She is a friend of the show. So she said that she did not want to do reality TV again. And because of that, I think she's pulled back all the way. But she said that she's participating because she promised Tracy she's just not going to be a full-fledged cast member.
Mm,
So that is one difference that
yeah.
is a part of this season. We all
She's
know
also an executive producer of the show.
she's an executive producer of the show, so she actually has a higher credit than the rest of the family. All the sisters are have billing on the show, but not as high as Tamar's. We all know that they're all grieving Tracy. They are all deeply grieving Tracy, is what it sounds like. So
Mhm.
this season is going to be about how they move past their grief, of course, but also how to come back together again as a family, which they've never been able to do. They've never
Right.
been able to do. What else is going on? Tawanda talks about her journey with alopecia.
Mhm.
That's going to be a new part of the show. Um, Tracy's son, little Kevin, we're going to get to hear from him and how he's grieving his mother.
Yes.
And they describe little Kevin as being Tracy's son and best friend.
Mhm.
The thing about little Kevin, when we watched before, he never seemed to talk, but he seems like he is very open, talkative. He got married when Tracy was sick. I remember seeing pictures of them at the
Mm.
wedding and Tracy saying that, how much she loved that young lady, her daughter-in-law. So he hasn't been married that long, and they're announcing in this season that he's getting divorced. So maybe 2
2
years.
years tops. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe a year and some change, and he's getting divorced. Um, but anyway, those are the differences so far that we can see. What's the same? Trina is still drinking.
She said she's gotta stop, but she is still drinking.
Trina is still drinking, and it looks like it's bad. She's gonna have that conversation. Um, what else is going on? Tawanda. Tawanda has this new man child, and I remember in Braxton Family Values, her boyfriend asked her father for her hand in marriage.
Mm.
But they ain't married yet. 3 years is a long time to ask somebody for somebody's hand in marriage. I thought that he had already asked her to marry him, but I think that's gonna play out again on the show,
Oh, right, because he recently did it on stage, didn't he?
or they give us a flashback of it.
Or they give us a flashback, okay.
Yeah. And then, like I said, the other thing that seems just a little different when they were talking about Kevin Jr. getting a divorce, I don't even think that Mama Braxton was aware of it.
It sounds like a lot of them weren't aware of it. Mama Braxton wasn't aware of it, and Tamar also said she wasn't aware of it, and she said she sees Kevin all the time,
She sees Kevin all the time. So
and
she was
he never mentioned it.
right. So as an executive producer on this show and as someone who she said, I'm having dinner with him all the time. I got the impression maybe they were having conversations about his participation. That was something that he left off the table. He did not say anything about that.
Right.
Kevin Sr., it does not sound like will be on the show at all. They have no relationship with Kevin Sr. That's Tracy's ex-husband.
Yeah. I mean, Trina makes a comment at the beginning, and she said, I'm setting aside my feelings for him, meaning I guess she doesn't particularly care for him, but she understands that he's grieving and he's got to do it in his own way. So I don't really know what that means. I don't know if that has made him more estranged, but she kind of mentions that she didn't feel like he was there for his son.
Well, she said he wasn't. She didn't kind of mention. She said he's not there for Kevin Jr. And even Bond's like, oh, I didn't know that. Like he's like, what are you saying? And yeah, so she basically implies the man's grieving. Kevin Jr. lost his mama and his best friend, and now he's also lost his father. And Kevin Sr. came out and made a comment on social media and said that's none of that's true. He said that he is there for his son.
Right.
He also said that despite the Braxtons, that him and Tracy had their own little village. He said we had a different support system than what the TV audience see. So I don't know if we're going to be getting these sidebars from Kevin Sr. as the episodes air, but that is what's going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
He's not being disrespectful.
Not at all.
He's not trying to say anything nasty, but he is saying, I was a part of my wife's journey.
Mm-hmm.
That our marriage was a marriage. We had highs, we had lows. We stayed married till death do us part, is how he put it. And he basically said he's a father to his son, and that he's been his support system.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, y'all, that's it. That's the Braxtons. Y'all have to see it. It was really just, it was a tearjerker in the sense that they really gave us a lot of flashbacks from Braxton Family Values. And then they had these little videos that the family was taking while Tracy was going through her transition. So Tamar went dark. If you guys want to see the video where she has the hummingbirds, Tracy has the hummingbirds on her back, and they were talking about Tawanda's alopecia and Tracy, they were just so hands-on with her. It was just beautiful to see. But if you guys want to see some of that video, you can check it out on my Facebook page at DRRT. And yeah, did you want to add anything to this?
I mean, I think the only thing that I would want to add to it is just how it ended. They all agree that they need to go into therapy to deal with this grieving process, and they're going to include Kevin Jr. along with, I guess, the father, Michael, and the brother, and the Michael and Michael.
Oh, is the brother also going to be a part of it?
The brother's also going to be a part of it, yeah.
Oh, I did not. I must have been choked up and didn't hear that part. So they are bringing Michael Sr. and Michael Jr. on.
Yes, I think via satellite, but yes.
Okay, via satellite. Zoom call.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, y'all. That is it, you guys. Thank y'all for watching. And that was episode 1. So we'll get to see it. There's a lot going on. They showed some clips or previews of everybody. They're just still, they're going through it. There's no other way to put it. They're going through it.
Yeah, so they're going through it for sure.
We will keep you guys abreast of everything. We'll follow back up with you with the review for episode 2. But thank y'all for watching.
Bye.
Bye.